8th grade biology class. I just moved to a new international school from Korea. The teacher writes something on the board that I've never seen before. So I raised my hand and I wanted to sound smart. So I asked, what does constipation mean? Well, the entire class bursts into laughter. My teacher explains what it means. And then they laugh even harder. I can still remember that feeling. My face burning, wanting to disappear. You know, that moment maybe lasted about 10 seconds, but the belief I built from it, it stayed with me for years. And guess what? I never raised my hand in that class again. That day, I made a decision. Not knowing something in English is dangerous. It can make you look stupid. It can get you humiliated in front of a room. So I promised myself I will never, ever be caught not knowing something again. That belief just didn't make me study harder. It taught me that the fix for fear is technical perfection. I thought if I never get a word wrong, I'll never be laughed at again. And that is the operating system I built at 14. And honestly, it worked for a while. So I studied really hard, journaling in English for 22 years. I obsessed over vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, presentation. I prepared more than anyone around me. And years later, I became an international TV news anchor. And if 14-year-old Hanul would have seen this, she would have probably smiled and said, "Oh my gosh, we finally made it. We're finally safe." Because according to the belief I built in that biology class, perfect English equals confidence, right? Well, not even close. This is my very first international television broadcast. And at first, everything looks fine, but watch closely. Consistently, and it actually gives an opportunity to children. My pronunciation is good, my grammar is correct. I'm saying exactly what I practiced, but keep watching. For the mogul skiing, he actually... The start to creep in, and my breathing has changed, and my voice is getting smaller. And then the worst possible thing happened. My vision becomes blurry, and I cannot read the teleprompter. You can actually see me frowning into the camera because I can't read the teleprompter anymore. Inside, I was panicking. And that moment, everything I spent so hard, so long building started falling apart. And after that broadcast, my boss yelled at me saying, "What's wrong with you? Why are you frowning on camera?" And I thought, oh my gosh, I messed up my first television broadcast. My news career is over. Because you see, this woman on the screen, she had the words, but she didn't have the mindset to perform under pressure. I had spent years mastering English, but I just didn't know how to trust myself when things started to go wrong. The little girl who got laughed at in that biology class was still standing behind the camera. And that day changed everything. Because I finally realized I had spent years solving the wrong problem. I thought better English would make me fearless. It didn't, because fear was never a language problem. It was a mindset problem. Today, people see me on international stages, hosting global conferences, interviewing CEOs, speaking for companies like Meta. They send me messages saying, "I wish I had your confidence. I wish I could speak English like you." But here's what they don't see. I lived through both sides of the story. I've been that girl who was laughed at for asking about one English word. And I've been the woman standing on international stages. The difference wasn't my English. The difference was my mindset. That's why today I teach a framework called MWA, Mindset, Words, Action. And most people start here. Words, better grammar, better vocabulary, a more polished presentation. That was me too, for years. But you know what? Words, they disappear under pressure. Your mind goes blank if your mindset is not strong enough to hold them. Mindset comes first. Because your identity determines how you respond when things don't go according to plan. Then come the words. Yes, learning better vocabulary, learning how to structure ideas, telling better stories, words matter. But they are not the foundation. Because no matter how good your words are, if your delivery is poor, everything falls flat. And finally, action. Because confidence is not built by watching more videos, it's built by taking action, doing the uncomfortable thing. That means speaking up in a meeting, giving the presentation, raising your hand. Confidence is earned one small action at a time. Mindset, words, action in that exact order. And maybe you're where I was. You're collecting more vocabulary, fixing your grammar, rewriting your script with ChatGPT over and over again because you think confidence is waiting on the other side of perfect English. I know. I used to do the exact same thing. But here's something that I wish someone has told that 14-year-old me. Confidence doesn't come from not making another mistake. It comes from knowing who you are and what you stand for, even when things don't go according to plan. The 8th grader in me believed that danger was getting one English word wrong. So she spent years trying to never be wrong again, and she was wrong about that. The real danger was walking into every room thinking that my worth depended on perfect words. The words were never protecting me. My mindset was. So if you are a non-native speaker who is tired of thinking, if only my English was better, then I would finally be more confident, you are in the right place. On this channel, I'm going to help you stop chasing perfect English and start building unshakable confidence. Because public speaking isn't just about the words you say. It's about the person behind those words. So if you want to start speaking with more confidence, even if English is not your first language, make sure you subscribe. We have new videos coming every week.